So with the oversaturation of VPNs in today's industry, it can get very confusing as to which VPN is actually worth your money. Too many VPNs end up collecting and selling your data, especially the free ones, which really defies the very purpose of using a VPN in the first place. So in today's review, I've chosen the top 4 VPNs after having tested over a couple of dozen VPNs, narrowing it down to just 4. I'll be looking into things like the privacy policy, speed, streaming and torrenting capabilities, and of course, security and features, so that you can figure out which one of these VPNs could be the best choice for you and your situation. Alright, so starting with the privacy policy, which is arguably the most important aspect of a VPN. Now, most VPNs do claim a no-logs policy, but actually that's almost never the case, so you should never trust a provider's word for it unless they have the evidence to back their claims up. And in this case, all 4 VPNs have evidence of upholding their no-logs policies in the form of independent audit reports. So when using any of these VPNs, your internet service provider won't be able to see what you're doing and won't be able to request any data from them since they don't keep any logs in the first place, as proven in the audit reports. And of course, they're all based outside the 5, 9, and 14 eyes jurisdiction. Now, all 4 VPNs accept cryptocurrencies as payment for complete anonymity. They offer DNS and IP leak protection, and they all run their servers on RAM disks rather than hard disks, which means that there are simply no physical drives for information to be stored in, and any minimal information stored by the RAM is erased with every machine reboot. So which one is more secure? I would say it's a pretty close call between Express and Nord, but I do have to hand it to ExpressVPN because their no-logs policy could not have been demonstrated any better than in the real-life situation when in 2017, the Turkish government seized an ExpressVPN server as part of an investigation, but were not able to extract any information out of the servers thanks to Express having not stored any information on their servers in the first place. I would say Surfshark and then CyberGhost come after Express and Nord in the privacy ranking. But to conclude, all of these VPNs offer a solid no-logs policy, certainly good enough to protect you while surfing the web and downloading files. Now, in terms of performance, it's natural for speeds to drop when using a VPN due to the time it takes to encrypt your traffic before it reaches the internet. But despite that, a good VPN will keep those speed drops to a minimum, and all these VPNs performed very well in my tests. But to sum it up, Nord is certainly the fastest, though Express came pretty close to it. But regarding consistency, Express does manage to maintain high speeds even with international servers. Though more often than not, I did notice that Nord was able to reach higher speeds. But overall, the speed drops of most servers were very solid, ranging between 10 and 35%, whereas NordVPN's NordLynx protocol managed to surpass both ExpressVPN and Surfshark, making NordVPN arguably the fastest VPN you can get. NordVPN keeps speed drops between 10 and 30% and sometimes even below 10%, which is outstanding. And following those two will be Surfshark and CyberGhost. And while they may be behind Express and Nord, they're not that far behind, with speed drops ranging between 12 and 35%, depending on the servers you're connecting to and how far you are from such servers. Overall, these VPNs are super quick, but the winner in this category is without a doubt NordVPN, followed by Express, Surf, and then CyberGhost. Now, moving on to streaming and torrenting capabilities, all 4 VPNs allow for torrenting without any throttling or bandwidth limitations, so you can download as many files as you'd like without anyone ever knowing what you're downloading, and this includes your internet service provider. And when it comes to unblocking streaming services, you can do that without any trouble. Here again, all 4 of these VPNs are great at this, though it's worth noting that in terms of streaming libraries, ExpressVPN is able to unblock a little bit more Netflix libraries and streaming services thanks to the constant updates their servers go through in order to bypass geo restrictions. But to be clear, all 4 VPNs are able to unblock the most popular libraries such as the North American, European, and Japanese Netflix libraries, which I know most of you guys are looking for anyways. And of course, they are able to unblock other streaming services such as Hulu, Disney+, Amazon Prime Video, and a whole bunch of other streaming services. It's also worth noting that during the Netflix crackdown on VPN traffic, which made it very difficult for most VPNs to keep up with the geo blocks imposed by by Netflix, ExpressVPN was one of the only VPNs that were able to dedicate a few servers that can still access popular Netflix libraries like the US and UK libraries, while NordSurf and CyberGhost took a little bit longer to figure out a solution to the Netflix VPN crackdown. So I would say in this case, these VPNs are somewhat equal. I would say ExpressVPN has a slight edge over the other three. Also keep in mind that if your ISP isn't blessing you with the highest of connection speeds and you can't really afford to lose out on streaming power, then I'd recommend that you just stick with the highest performers here, which are Express and Nord. But if your speed is already fast enough for comfortable 4K streaming, then Surfshark and CyberGhost will do the job just fine. Alright, now moving on to servers and security features. ExpressVPN has over 3,000 servers in 94 countries. Nord has a massive collection of over 5,000 foreign servers in 59 countries, however. Surfshark with over 3,200 servers in a whopping 95 countries. And finally, CyberGhost has the biggest number of servers of over 7,000 servers in 90 countries. So all four VPNs essentially have plenty of options with regards to server and country count. Now moving on to these security features, this is where NordVPN and Surfshark shine. But before we get into that, let's get what all four VPNs have in common, starting with the standard AES 256-bit encryption and the kill switch, which will cut your internet access in case the VPN disconnects unexpectedly, which prevents any potential data leaks. And finally, the split tunneling feature, which lets users select which applications can go through the VPN tunnel and which are exempt from it. Though do note that iOS and Mac users won't get split tunneling with Nord and Surfshark, while Express makes it available on all platforms. And it's worth noting that split tunneling is also not available with CyberGhost, but it does have two other convenience features which I'll talk about in just a little bit. Okay, so let's get into what Nord and Surfshark have in common, starting with the ad blocker, specialty servers such as static or dedicated IP servers, as well as multi-hop or double VPN servers, which will encrypt your traffic twice for double the encryption, though it's worth noting that NordVPN's ad blocker, which is called threat protection in this case, is an advanced ad blocker that also blocks trackers and malware-ridden websites, and it also protects you from malicious files before they download to your device, which acts a little bit like a mini antivirus. You also get MeshNet, which is a recently added feature that allows users to safely share files over the encrypted network of NordVPN. Other exclusive features offered by NordVPN will include Onion over VPN, which allows you to use both the Onion anonymizer and the NordVPN encryption together. And you also get peer-to-peer specialty servers. Although regular servers still allow for peer-to-peer activity, these are just specialized servers designed for file sharing. Nord also gives an app kill switch, which will disconnect selected applications when the VPN disconnects unexpectedly, rather than cutting your entire connection as it is with the conventional kill switch. And finally, Nord will give users a hassle-free way to change your DNS with custom DNS. Now with Surfshark, the only distinct feature which sets it apart from NordVPN is a recently added feature called rotating IP, which will automatically rotate your IP address every 5 to 10 minutes while your VPN location stays the same. And this can be very helpful if you're in a censorship-heavy country and having trouble connecting to Surfshark. CyberGhost also boasts some pretty convenient features such as exceptions and app rules. Exceptions will let you choose the websites you don't want to go through the VPN tunnel. So let's say you want to change your region to access a specific Netflix library, but you don't want your banking website to think that you're in a different region so that you don't have to log in again or possibly get logged out of your bank account, because sometimes a bank will block foreign IP addresses from accessing the same account to avoid fraud. While the other feature, app rules, will make CyberGhost automatically launch and connect to a selected server when you open an application of your choice. So in this case, you can set it so that when you launch your torrenting client, CyberGhost will automatically connect to a server of your choice so that you'll be protected while downloading without having to manually connect to the VPN. And another really cool feature that I definitely have to mention is how I can simply look up the streaming service that I want to unblock, and CyberGhost will just show me all the servers dedicated to unblocking that specific streaming service. So if I want to unblock Hulu or Amazon, I can simply look up these services, and CyberGhost will just show the appropriate servers to do the job. And of course, you have the other server lists that are optimized for torrenting, anonymity, and low ping for gaming. And regarding functionality, in censorship-heavy countries, all four VPNs work just fine unless you are in China. Then I would strictly recommend ExpressVPN because it is the only VPN VPN that will not require you to go through any kind of manual configuration for it to work in China. So Express would be my top recommendation for China. In terms of protocols, all 4 VPNs have a variety of protocols that will suit your needs. Express includes a selection including OpenVPN, IKEv2, and their high-speed proprietary protocol, Lightway. NordVPN simply has OpenVPN and NordLynx. Surfshark has OpenVPN, IKEv2, and the WireGuard being the best protocol. And finally, CyberGhost with also OpenVPN, IKEv2, and of course, WireGuard. Though keep in mind that some protocols may or may not be available if you're on Mac or different devices. So all in all, when it comes to security features, NordVPN and Surfshark are at the top, with NordVPN gaining a bit of an edge over Surfshark. And while Express and CyberGhost don't have as many features compared to Nord and Surf, they still offer the necessary features to keep your devices safe and secure. Now, with regards to compatibility, all 4 VPNs support the big 4: iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows. Besides that, they also support Linux, compatible routers, PlayStation, Xbox, Fire TV, Apple TV, as well as Google Chrome and Firefox extensions, and most modern devices really. Overall, all 4 support a reasonably wide range of devices. And as far as simultaneous connections, Express will allow for 5, Nord will allow for up to 6, CyberGhost up to 7, and Surfshark will simply let users secure an unlimited number of devices with just a single account, which makes it a very attractive choice for those of you that don't want to buy compatible routers or additional subscriptions in order to be using more than 5 or 6 devices simultaneously with a VPN in the household. Now, in terms of the user interface, you'll find that each VPN has its own theme and layout, all of which are super easy to use and understand. ExpressVPN goes with the overly simplistic design, which a lot of people like, myself included. NordVPN goes with the intuitive map design, which I also very much appreciate, and Surfshark goes with a modern interface that's super easy to read and navigate, and CyberGhost features a user-friendly interface that can be expanded or minimized depending on your preferences. And so while each of these VPNs are easy to use and would work well even for newbies, it's really a matter of preference which one might suit you best in terms of the interface. Now, when it comes to pricing, typically you will get the best deal possible the longer the subscription plan you choose. Also, each VPN tends to offer promotions, discounts, or coupon codes, so I've provided links to the best discounts I could get for all 4 VPNs in the description down below. But overall, Express tends to be the most expensive. The lowest price you can get for ExpressVPN is a little over $6.50 per month for the 1-year plan. Nord's in the middle price-wise, coming in at about $4 a month for a 2-year plan. And Surfshark is a little under $2.50 per month for the 2-year plan. And finally, CyberGhost being the cheapest option if you opt for the 2-year plan at just under $250 a month. So if you're looking for the lowest cost option for a great VPN, Surfshark and CyberGhost would definitely be the way to go. And again, remember to check the links below for an extra discount on each of these. And keep in mind they all offer a hassle-free 30-day money-back guarantee on all of their plans, though with CyberGhost you do get a 45-day money-back guarantee. And they all include 24/7 live chat support in case you need any help or have any questions. Alright, so at this point you might be wondering, out of the 4, which is the best? So this will depend on a few factors. If you're looking for the best budget VPN that gets the job done at the cheapest possible cost without giving up on any of the premium features that are usually only available on more expensive VPNs, plus the ability to secure virtually an unlimited number of devices with just a single subscription, then Surfshark is a fantastic option. But if you're looking for an even cheaper alternative, time-saving convenience features that get you going without even having to interact with the VPN itself, very reliable access to various streaming services, and solid encryption that lets you download or torrent safely, and of course the biggest number of servers out of all 4, then CyberGhost could be just the right VPN for you. Now, if you're looking for a super well-rounded, high-value VPN that does nearly everything right without any compromise, NordVPN is a no-brainer, especially that it's quite reasonably priced. And finally, if you're looking for the best of the best in terms of reliability, consistency, ease of use, and arguably the best and most proven privacy policy in the industry, especially if utmost anonymity is of your concern or you're in a restrictive country, then ExpressVPN is the winner here. Now, for me personally, I prioritize the simplicity simplicity and ease of use and reliability over the additional features that you get with Nord, Surfshark, or CyberGhost. So that's why I tend to lean towards ExpressVPN, personally speaking. But it all depends on your needs and situation at the end of the day. I'm just here to tell you guys about what I think are the best 4 VPNs out there, and you can do what you will with that information. But these are the top 4 VPNs, and these are the ones that I usually recommend to family and friends. So when people ask me which VPN to get, it's typically one of these 4. Let me know which one you picked in the comments down below and why. I'd love to know why you guys use VPNs in the first place besides the obvious reasons. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope I was able to help you make a good decision, or final decision rather. If you found this information helpful, please leave a thumbs up, as that always makes my day. And remember to subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with everything VPNs and cybersecurity. Otherwise, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.